Okay, I'll count down. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session of Are Bashe. I'm Vineet. I'm from 3rd EJP, and I join in conversation today with Professor Vilma D'Souza from the Mathematics Department. Ma'am is a Konkani poet, and she has won several awards, such as the Kittal Yuva Puraskar and the Sahitya Academy Yuva Puraskar for a book, Mukdin, which was published in 2015. Ma'am, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll quickly introduce Are Bashe, what we this session, the name of the session. So it began in February at Meta this year, when the renowned writer Perumal Murugan came to our college and he had a conversation with Arul sir. And the phrase Are Bashe is a dialect from Kodagu that mixes two languages. So the English department came up with this idea to acknowledge this kind of multilingual in-betweenness. It is also a way for us to, shift the focus from English literature and see what goes on in other languages, and also try to see what happens in this world of translation between cultures. The world that we live in and the people that we interact with. So, ma'am, now can we just read the poem that we had talked about yesterday?
Yes, sure. 1 minute. So first of all, I would like to thank the SKC Literary Society for giving me this opportunity. I feel honored and humbled to be a part of this program. So before reading my poem, I would like to give the context of this poem. I am from a small place called Bantwal near Mangalore. It was a peaceful village few years back, but now it is not like that. The corrupt leaders brainwash the youngsters in the name of religion and they kill each other every now and then. And all these religious fights are well planned by political or so-called community leaders. And I wrote my poem about this. And I have also mentioned about flags in this poem. The flag resembles in every religion they use different colors for their flags, like saffron, green, white, etc. That also I have mentioned in the poem. I'm explaining this just to understand the poem. Now I am reciting this poem, Muja Gawak Uzofetla. And I wrote this poem few years back when a youngster was murdered in my place. Um, after reading this poem, Vineet will recite the translation of this, which is translated by his mother. I thank his mother for the beautiful translation. So the poem goes like this. Muja Gawak Uzofetla. Pausa खंय पावलाय तूं इल्लो तरी शेणावन वच म्हज्या गांवाक उजो पेटला पावसा खंय पावलाय तूं इल्लो तरी शेणावन वच म्हज्या गांवाक उजो पेटला सुरी कोयते नितळ करून वच धरणेर तुगचें रगत धुवन व्हरून वच हिंसाने वास तूं घेवन वच इल्लो हांगा शेणावन वच सुरी कोयते नितळ करून वच धरणेर तुगचें रगत धुवन व्हरून वच हिंसाने वास तूं घेवन वच इल्लो हांगा शेणावन वच जम आयिल्ले फातर वाळोवन व्हरून वच थापयल्ल्यो तकल्यो थंड करून वच अन्नाडी मुखेल्यांक तूं चोरून वच जम आयिल्ले फातर वाळोवन व्हरून वच थापयल्ल्यो तकल्यो थंड करून वच अन्नाडी मुखेल्यांक तूं चोरून वच एक पावटी पुणी जोरान वच पावसा तक्कड बावट्यांचे रंग धुवन वचों ponle nis lugat sakkadan chadwali andisong. Ek pouti puni joran wot pausa. Sakkad baut and cherang dun wasong. Ponle nis lugat sakkadan chadwali andisong. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll now read the translation that my mother came up with. If you're watching, hi, Mama. Oh, rain, where have you reached? Just drizzle a little here and go, for my homeland is in flames. Pour a little here and clean the dried blood in the ground of people who are slain. Wash away the stench left behind with a little sprinkle and go. Carry away the piled up stones in your flow and go. Cool the heated minds and go. The corrupt bureaucrats, take them along with you and go. Just shower heavily once, O rain, and cleanse all the colors of the flag, for all of us to see. What lies underneath of it all is just a piece of plain cloth. Okay, ma'am. So I think we can move on to the questions now. So first of all, could you just give us a little bit like an insight into your journey with Konkani, the way you write in Konkani? When did you begin?
Okay, I began writing in my 8th standard. I had a friend who was writing short poems in Konkani, Kannada and Konkani. So I also tried my luck, and my first poem was published in our church magazine when I was in 8th. So I was very happy that time. It was just like an achievement for me. In later years, I worked as an editor for the same magazine for more than 3 years. Like that, my journey began. After that, I wrote in many other Konkani magazines, and I wrote a column for a paper also. And so it started because I didn't have any other entertainment at home that time, because till my post graduation I didn't have television at my home, so reading was my only entertainment, and I was not much involved in sports activities, so I was only reading books. I was reading books. In those days, if you buy any snacks, shopkeeper used to wrap it in a paper, newspaper or magazine paper. I used to read that paper also. I was that crazy in reading. But books were not available for me that time. When I was in high school, we had a library, but teacher used to give one book per student for every month. But I was borrowing all the books, everyone's books, and I used to read all books. And my mom complained about it to my teacher, and teacher shouted at me in the class. That was a situation that time to get books. But when I joined to degree, a lot of books were available, and I read a lot of Konkani and Kannada literature that time. So, yes.
Is there any particular writer that you read a lot? Because I only know one poet in Konkani. I think his name is Chafra, but I don't really know anybody else. Do you have anyone particular like that?
Yes, Chafra is my favorite also. So yes, in poets, Chafra is my favorite. Then Melvin Rodriguez, Wilson Katil, George Sidagate, Andrew L. Dicona, many good poets are there. I am inspired by them all. And similarly, I used to read a lot of novels. In Konkani, there was a great writer, Mr. VJP Saldana. He has written a series of 5 novels, which are my favorite. In that, he has written about the migration of Konkani people from Goa to Mangalore. Yeah, those are wonderful novels. Similarly, I like Kannada literature a lot. I have read Kuvempu and Tejasvi. Those are my favorites. Similarly, Shivaram Karanta, Vaidehi, etc.
Okay. Have you ever attempted to translate your own work? And if you have, what were the challenges that you faced?
Yeah, I have translated some of my poems to Kannada. Translating my own poems is easier than translating others' work because I know my poems inside out. So I can transfer the same feeling in any language which I know very well. So it is easier to transfer my work. I have translated others' work also. I have
Okay,
translated some Kannada stories and English stories to Konkani. The challenges, I can say, the main challenge in translation is to keep the same essence of the original work.
okay,
Sometimes I don't get the same word, exact word, and sometimes I will get the exact word and I may not be able to reach the readers. So translation is all about it should be done very carefully because if it is not good, then it is like disrespecting the original author. So translation, I can say it is an art.
correct. And does script, like the written script, because Konkani, as we know, lacks a script of its own, does that affect the way you translate your work or others' work for that matter?
Um, no, I write in Kannada script.
Okay,
There are five scripts we use for Konkani. I write in Kannada script. Uh, but there is now they are developing a software where we can easily convert from one script to another script. So
okay.
it won't be a problem in coming years.
Okay, thank you so much. Also, going off the same thing, just like even though there is, we lack a proper written script, there is so much diversity when it comes to the dialects that different people speak, Konkani. There is people in Goa speak a different kind of Konkani, people in Mangalore speak a different kind of Konkani, and again, places it differs in places, it differs among religions as well. So how does dialect play into your poems, ma'am? And
Yes,
yes, tell me please.
yes. As you said, Konkani speaking people are in Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Gujarat, Maharashtra, everywhere. So the regional, as the influence of regional languages, we have many different dialects. Even in coastal Karnataka, if you see, Dakshina Kannada and Udupi, we can see lot of difference in our language. But when a writer writes, he uses his own dialect in his writing. So when I write someone from different dialects, they will ask me the meaning of the words, and they will learn those words. I have also learned many different words from different dialects. So this exchange of literature, exchange of words, which results in richness of the language.
Correct. Have they raised any other questions, or have they brought up anything else, like people who speak different dialects of Konkani, like different from the one you write in? Have they brought up anything else apart from certain words or anything like that?
Uh, I didn't get the question.
Ma'am, so what I'm trying to ask you is, so now you said there are people who speak different dialects of Konkani,
Yes,
different from yours,
yes,
and they ask you about certain words that they don't understand, right?
yes.
So apart from that, do they approach you with any other question or any other, suggestions or anything like that?
No suggestion in the sense they will feel happy to learn new words. Similarly, we also learn new words.
Okay. Um, Now let's talk a little bit about your inspiration, ma'am. So you said you're inspired by several, Kannada and Konkani writers. Has Konkani music played a role in inspiring you in any way?
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, of course. But nowadays, if we see some filmy songs, there is no meaning to the lyrics. I like the songs which has meaningful lyrics. Um, So all songs are not poems, but there are songs which are poems. I like those. In Kannada, maybe Yogaraj Bhatt, Jayant Kaikini, all those. They have excellent. They have given excellent songs. Similarly, in Konkani also we have very good lyricists, very good potential lyricists, and definitely I am inspired by them.
Do you have any favorite Konkani musicians, ma'am?
Um, More than musician, I like to tell about lyricists. There is
Okay.
one person called Wilson Katil. He is
Okay.
now becoming famous in Canada also.
Okay. Okay. Um, so I think this is the last question that we have for today. Um, what other languages have you tried writing in? So you told us you've written in Kannada as well as in Konkani. So which
Yes.
other languages have you written in? And which language do you feel most comfortable in?
Uh, Only I have written only in Kannada and Konkani. I haven't tried any other language. Um,
Okay.
Usually, everyone feels comfortable in their mother tongue because we don't not only speak the language, we think in that language and we feel that language. So, and Konkani is my mother tongue, so my vocabulary is better in Konkani than any other language. So I feel comfortable to write in Konkani, but Kannada is also not difficult.
Okay. I think we'll probably start with the Q&A questions. We'll see for the people who are watching on YouTube, if you have any questions, please post them on the chat and I will ask them to ma'am. And after which ma'am will read us a poem that she has written recently. I'll let her explain it once we get there, but we'll just check if there are any questions. Questions? Okay, ma'am. I think they're taking a little bit of time to ask any questions. So I think in the meantime, you can read us your poem, which you said.
Okay, yeah. I read the poem. This
Yes.
is about lockdown. Um, so this is not a single poem. I have written small poems. It is a collection of four, 5 poems about lockdown. I don't know how many of you understand the Konkani. To those who are understanding, I'll read out. Lockdown गझल. तेरेसार फुरसतेच्यो पासयो मरतना ह्या शहरांतली सुकणी हांवें पयले फावटी देखली. कानी म्हळें पयस रावा अंतर सांबाळा. आमी कळीत नासतनाच लागीं लागीं जाल्या. अकरेचें व्हेंटिलेटर मेळिल्ल्या व्यक्तीन समाधानेचो स्वास सोडलो अखेरेचे फावटी. आज मरतल्यांक उस्वास दिवच्या व्हेंटिलेटरांक जेजूक वोवोन व्हेल्ल्या गाडवाचो भर्म. मनशांक बंदी करून आपणाक स्वतंत्र दिल्ल्या पाख्याक म्हूण जातींनी राय म्हूण पासार लागन. त्या दोन्ही घरांत आवन कुलरांचो आवाज. हेवशिल्यान दालगोना कॉफयेची सरबराय, तेवशिल्यान मोडके पणजे शितां पुसून वाटची गडबडी. व्हायरसाच्या बियान मार्च फाटल्यान लिपिल्ल्या मदें ग्रेस दुबळो कोण म्हणून कळ्ळें ना. हांव उस्वास सोडूंक कश्ट जाताना दोळ्यांक धांकान पडोवन येताना म्हाका देव दिश्टीक पडलो. तो म्हजे लागीं आयलो आनी ताणें म्हाका सुवी तोपली. थँक्यू.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Would you like to summarize it in English briefly, if you can?
Oh, it will be difficult for me now.
All right, no problem. Then it's fine. I'll just go over the questions then. We've already received a few questions. The first question is from Arul sir. So he's asked, do neighboring languages like Tulu and Biari enter your writing?
Um, Tulu and Bari are our neighboring languages, but I don't know those languages very fluently. I can understand both the languages. I can understand the languages, but I can't speak fluently both the languages. So I haven't tried any writing. And there is not much literature in Tulu and Bari compared to Konkani. So it has not much inspired.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. The next question is from Vijeta ma'am. Ma'am has asked, how does your teaching life inspire your writing life? And do you think those are two different energies or the same?
Um, Teaching, uh, they're not different energies. Many a times, when teaching also, I can use some of the skills of my poetry. Maybe for like similes, I can use. So they are not different energies. They're complementary, I can say. They complement
Okay,
each other. Yeah.
yes. She also asks, what would you say to someone who says that there are a lot of similarities between mathematics and Konkani?
Oh, I didn't know about it. There is no similarity in maths and I didn't find any similarity in maths and Konkani. I don't know what is the relation.
Okay. A few questions from the YouTube chat now. Um, Rajalakshmi ma'am asks, how did you go on to become a mathematics professor?
Um, when I was in degree, I had a professor called Professor Bosco. So because of him, I chose maths. He was a very good teacher, and my combination was physics, chemistry, maths. And the others, I liked maths more than physics and chemistry, so I chose maths for my post graduation.
Okay. Um, Amanda ma'am asks, do you have any particular themes or topics you prefer writing about?
Um, I like to write about women, and
Okay.
if there is any injustice that in the society that will disturb me, I will write about that. Um, More than any fancy thing, I try to write about any disturbance which happens.
Okay. Um, uh, Mini ma'am asks, is there any specific time or reason or event that prompts you to write poetry?
Not specific event. For example, last month, one elephant was murdered in Kerala. Um, and after looking at the response of the people, I got disturbed by that, by the response of the people, not
Okay.
only by the event. So such events, such small events, inspires
Okay.
me to write.
Okay. Um, Steve Titus asks, what gives you joy and which pains you?
Uh, After writing a poem, when I look at it, it gives me joy after writing the poem
Yeah.
because that is my way to let it out the disturbance or pain, anything inside me. So once I let it out, that gives me the joy when I read that poem.
Okay. I think this is, I don't know if there are any more questions. There's one last question from, okay, there's two more questions. The first question is from Maria Divid. She's from First EJP. He's asking if, first he's saying that he really likes your poem, so he's asking to share a word of appreciation.
Thank you.
And also, he refers to the communal problem in Bantwal district that you mentioned.
Yes.
So his question is, what should we as students of St. Joseph's and youths do in this uprooting this communal problem?
What should we?
As
Uh,
students of St. Joseph's do to uproot the communal problem?
um, it is a very big problem. We can raise a voice against such injustice in any form. Maybe art, uh, maybe writing, maybe song. In any form we have to raise a voice. We should not sit in silence for all those injustice which happens in our society.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was very insightful. Drishti ma'am asks, how often do you find the time to write?
When we like something very much, we will get some time for it. So I don't keep separate time for it. Sometimes I will not write for many months, and sometimes I will write continuously. It is like that. So I will not keep a separate time for writing, but when I keep reading, reading is like a fertilizer for writing. So when we keep reading, it inspires me to write.
Okay. Vijay Shanti ma'am has asked if we could get a Kannada poem from you, but I don't know if we have time because there are a few other questions we need to get to. I'll quickly go over them. Does Konkani as a language, this is from Vivek, he asks if Konkani as a language, being your mother tongue, style your writing, are there any influences from other languages like Malayalam?
I don't understand Malayalam, but I have read some translated poems, of Malayalam. Yes, they have definitely inspired me.
Okay.
Have definitely inspired me.
Amanda ma'am asks, have you ever translated your own poems into English? Can you please describe the process and what was your favorite translation of a poem you wrote?
No, I haven't tried translating my poems to English. I haven't tried yet.
Okay, okay. Ma'am also says that she loves your poems and though she relies on her mother tongue to read them, no, sorry, her mother to read them out because she can't read in the Kannada script.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. I don't think there are any more questions. We have 2 more minutes. Ma'am, if you have a Kannada poem with you, would you like to read it out now?
Right now, I don't have. I need to check.
Okay.
So it is not ready now. Maybe I can share it later with you if you can post.
Sure, ma'am. You can share it with us and we'll put it up. Thank you so much. If there aren't any more questions, I think we are done for today. Thank you so much for joining us today, ma'am. It's been a pleasure having this conversation with you. I really look forward to reading more of your work, even though it's very hard for me to understand Konkani. I still try. But yes, thank you so much for having this conversation with me, sharing your experiences. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'd just like to close by saying that there are a few more events you need to look forward to as a part of Mixer Week. So let me just quickly look at the schedule. I think, yes. So tomorrow, NOWS will have NOSCUT, which is a mock press that starts at 5:15 p.m. Please contact the people on the poster for any further details. There's also the women's quiz that's happening. Teams of 2 open to all students and staff on 29th August, Saturday. Please look for the poster for more details. And on Monday, we have Fan Work Day by the Literary Society. It starts at 6:30 p.m. on Monday. Please contact people on the contact number given on the poster for further details. I think, yes, that's all. Ma'am, would you like to give any closing statements?
Thank you, everyone, especially SKC Literary Society for the opportunity. Thank you, Vineet, and thank you, Ms. Vijeta, for the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.